You reach into an old coat pocket or the bottom of a forgotten drawer, and you find a receipt from months ago. But when you pull it into the light, the paper is almost completely blank. The words have simply vanished. And it is not just that one. Dig through any old receipts you have kept, and you will find the same thing. The newer ones are still crisp. The older ones look faint and ghostly. And the oldest of all are completely, eerily empty. At first, the reason seems obvious. The ink has faded over time, the way old newspapers yellow or old photographs slowly wash out. A natural fading, nothing mysterious about it, except that comfortable explanation quietly hides a very strange little secret. Because here is the twist that almost nobody realizes. On that receipt, there was never any ink at all. Nothing was ever printed onto it the way you imagine, and once you understand what really happened, you will never see a receipt the same way again. To see why, let us rewind to the moment your receipt was born. It happens at the checkout counter, deep in the belly of that little machine that quietly hums to life and, in a couple of seconds, spits out your paper slip. Now look closely at a receipt printer, and something is missing. There is no ink cartridge, no ribbon, no toner, no little bottles of color anywhere inside it. Nothing you would expect a printer to need. So how does the writing get there? The answer is that the secret is not in the printer at all. It is hidden inside the paper itself. That thin, slightly shiny, slightly slippery slip is not ordinary paper. It is a special engineered material, and it has a name: thermal paper. Thermal paper looks perfectly plain, but it is coated. Across its surface lies a thin, almost invisible layer of chemicals, painted on during manufacturing and rolled up tight. That silent coating is the real magic, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. Inside that coating are two secret ingredients, kept very carefully apart. On their own, sitting side by side, each one does absolutely nothing, and the paper stays blank. But bring these two together, let them truly touch, and they change everything in an instant. The first ingredient is a special dye, and here is the strange part. In its normal, resting state, this dye is completely colorless. It sits there, invisible, holding within it all the potential for deep blackness, yet showing you absolutely none of it. The second ingredient is called a developer, a mild acid lying quietly beside the dye. Think of it as the key that can unlock the hidden color, but that key can only ever turn if the two of them manage to truly touch. And this is the clever part. The two ingredients are deliberately held apart, separated by a thin, solid, waxy barrier inside the coating. As long as that little wall stays firm, the dye and the developer can never meet, and the paper stays perfectly blank. So back to the printer. Instead of ink, it carries a print head lined with a tiny row of tiny heating elements. Each one is smaller than a grain of salt, and each one can switch itself on and off in a fraction of a heartbeat. As the paper slides through, these little heaters pulse on and off in fast, precise patterns, and wherever one briefly touches the page, it delivers a quick, sharp burst of heat. Just enough, right on that spot, to melt the hidden waxy barrier. And the very instant that barrier melts, the dye and the developer finally touch. They react at once, and in that one tiny spot, the colorless dye suddenly turns dark. A black mark blooms into existence, right there on the page, seemingly out of nowhere. Now imagine thousands of these heaters firing in sequence, drawing every letter and number dot by dot, like invisible writing appearing on the page by itself. The receipt was not printed with ink. It was gently burned into being with nothing but precise heat. And that is why the whole machine is so fast and so quiet. No spraying, no smearing, no drying, and no cartridges to replace. It is simply heat meeting chemistry over and over, faster and cleaner than you could ever manage to blink. And that is exactly why stores love this stuff. The paper is cheap, the printers are simple, and there is no ink to ever buy again. For a business printing millions of receipts every year, that little detail quietly saves an absolute fortune. No cartridges to reorder, no ribbons, no messy refills, no stained fingers, no fussy maintenance. Just rolls and rolls of quiet, patient paper, each one holding its hidden ink inside, waiting to reveal it the instant a little heat comes along. But here is the catch, and this one is the hidden price of that clever trick. Because the exact same thing that makes the writing appear on the paper is also the exact same thing that will one day make it disappear again. That reaction, the one that turned the colorless dye dark, is not truly permanent. It can be undone. it can be reversed. And all it takes to start undoing it is, quite simply, more of the very same thing that created it. A little more warmth. Heat. Heat is the great enemy of every receipt. The same gentle warmth that first wrote those crisp letters can, given enough time, turn around and erase them completely, wiping away your careful record until nothing is left but a blank, white, ghostly slip. Leave a receipt on a car dashboard on a hot summer day, and just watch what happens. First, the whole slip may darken and turn a dull, muddy gray. And then, slowly but surely, every trace of it fades away into nothing at all. And light does it too. Sunlight, especially the invisible rays within it, slowly breaks down the darkened dye, bleaching the words right off the page. It fades your receipt just as surely as it fades a bright curtain left too long in a sunny window. Even simple friction can betray it. Rub a thermal receipt hard, and the tiny bit of heat from that rubbing can turn a clean, blank streak of it black in an instant, smudging your record with a single careless swipe of your thumb. Now think of a receipt riding loose in your wallet, pressed and jostled against coins and cards and keys for weeks. Little by little, it is warmed by your body, scuffed by the friction, and worn down, until the writing quietly gives up. And it is not only heat and rubbing. Everyday oils and solvents attack it as well. A dab of hand lotion, a splash of hand sanitizer, or even the natural oils on your fingertips can react with the coating and dissolve those letters away. But perhaps the strangest enemy of all is simply time itself. Even in a cool, dark drawer, left completely alone and undisturbed, a receipt will still slowly and patiently fade all on its own, over the years, with no obvious cause at all. Because very gradually, the darkened dye drifts back toward its original, colorless state. The whole reaction quietly reverses itself, all by itself, in the dark. And so the invisible ink you once burned into the page simply returns to being invisible again. So, if you ever truly need a receipt to last, the trick is to treat it gently. Keep it cool, keep it dark, keep it flat. Store it away from heat, away from sunlight, and away from rubbing, oils, and the slow passage of time. But honestly, the smartest thing you can do is not to save the fragile paper at all. Simply take a photograph of it with your phone, right there on the spot. A clear digital picture will happily outlive the delicate little slip it came from. And here is the quiet truth the stores already understand. Receipts were never meant to last. They are deliberately designed to be temporary, cheap, and disposable, useful for one brief moment, for one quick transaction, and then meant to be crumpled up and forgotten. There is one more thing worth mentioning, and it is worth a little care. That developer chemical, the mild acid hidden in the coating, has very often been a substance known as bisphenol A, usually shortened to just BPA, and its close cousins. These chemicals can rub off onto your skin when you handle a receipt, especially a warm one that has just been printed. This is nothing to panic about, but it is a good reason to wash your hands afterward, and to never let young children chew on receipts. So, knowing all of this, why do stores still use it? Because for their purpose, it is simply unbeatable. It is fast, it is cheap, and it is reliable in the one short moment that matters to them. Lasting forever was never the point of a receipt. Still, it is worth remembering for the times that genuinely matter. For a warranty, a big return, or a tax record, do not trust the fragile paper alone. Scan it, or snap a quick photo, right away, before the words quietly slip off the page. And once you know this secret, you start to see it everywhere. Shipping labels, event tickets, parking stubs, price tags, baggage tags at the airport, lottery slips. So many of them, more than you would ever guess, are this same quiet thermal paper. You have held this remarkable little piece of chemistry in your hands 1,000 times, without ever knowing it. A blank page, primed and waiting, that writes itself into being with nothing but heat, and then, just as quietly, slowly unwrites itself again. So the next time you find an old receipt gone faint and ghostly in some forgotten pocket, you will finally understand. It was never fading ink at all, because there was never any ink. It was a hidden reaction, gently reversing itself in the dark. It is just one more small, quiet marvel, sitting patiently in plain sight, inside the most ordinary object you can imagine. So the next time, look again, and look a little closer, because the everyday things around us are almost never as simple as they seem.